Hey ladies, it's Emily here. I'm just doing a quick screen recorded video to show you how to set up your Facebook VIP group from mobile device. So just a disclaimer, I am using an Android, therefore if you're using an iPhone it might look slightly different, however it should be pretty much the same. So here you can just see that I'm on my news feed on Facebook. So I'm going to click the three lines on the top right hand corner. And that will take me to the menus where I'm going to select the groups on the top right there as well. Now this will take you to any groups that you're in or any groups that you've made. But what you want to do is you want to press this circle with a plus sign in it again in the top right hand corner. It will say create a post or create a group. So obviously you're going to want to select the create a group option. Here's where you will name your group. And something really important to know is that for our 31 VIP groups, we cannot use the word 31 in the name. That's because it kind of gives off the perception that this is a group run by home office or the company, and it's not. So my group will be, M's Excellent Bags and More, or something to that effect. If you need help coming up with ideas, feel free to post on the Team Seqaris Lineage Facebook page. There's lots of ladies there that have tons of creative ideas. For the privacy, you're going to want to select private. That's because this is going to be a sales-based group, although we will be posting 80% non-sales related stuff and 20% sales related stuff, but still the group must be private. For visibility, I highly suggest you keep it at the default, which is visible, which just means that if somebody was searching for the name of your group in the search bar, they would be able to find it. If you don't want anyone to be able to find it, then you could click the hidden. It's totally up to you. But again, I do recommend visible. The fact that we've set it to private up there, that just means that you have to be in the group to see what's going on in the group, right? With public groups, you can go in and see everything even if you're not a member. So it must be private, and I recommend visible. Then you're just going to click the create group blue button at the bottom there. It will create your group. The first thing it's going to ask you to do is to invite your friends. I highly recommend that you skip this step for a few reasons. So for one, we don't want to invite our friends to a group that's not even set up. And that's essentially what this is prompting us to do, right? Because we haven't added our cover photo, a description, we haven't done a first post or anything like that. As you guys know, first impressions are very important. So in my opinion, it's much better to wait and first get your group set up before we start inviting people to it, so that when they get the invite and when they check it out, they have some stuff to see. So I would recommend just pressing next in the top right-hand corner. Now, this is all a quick group setup function here that you're encountering. It's going to ask you to upload a cover photo. If you don't want to do any of this now, you just want to set up the group and maybe go back and do the cover photo description and all that later, you can just press the continue later in the top right hand corner. But if you're ready to go, we'll press upload. It will open up to your camera. You can see here I've already saved a photo that I found on 31 Today in the marketing materials section. It will specifically list which ones are cover photos or banners. So you can also adjust this by moving it just by dragging your finger. So I'm going to move mine here. I'm going to save in the top right hand corner, and then that will upload. Then when we're finished doing that, we're going to press the blue next button on the bottom. This will take us to the description of your group. So here you just want to be 100% authentic and let people know how excited you are about this journey, and let them know what this group is going to be like. So I would maybe say something, if it was me, like, hey everyone, I am so excited to start my 31 journey. Sorry, my typing's a little bit bad here. 31 journey with you all. Check back often. Where's my spell check? My grammar check. Come on, check back often for engagement posts. I highly recommend you guys post at least once a day in your group, by the way. Check back often for engagement posts, maybe contests, giveaways, sales, and of course, super cute products. Something along those lines. When you're done, you're just going to hit that blue next button at the bottom. Now this is prompting you to create your first post. So as I said before, I highly recommend not only do you have the cover photo and description, but that you also have a post or more, maybe 2 or 3 before you invite people. So for one of your first posts, typically when we're setting up a group, we want to do a welcome post. So we would welcome everybody, and you can see I just clicked there and it opened up the post function, right? So I could just say, welcome everyone to the group. Thank you so much for joining. Whatever it is that you want to say. And I will recommend that unless you're going to use this kind of function with the big text and the purple, if you're going to write something longer like this, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add a photo, because when you write more like this, it will only let you write so much in one of these kind of scripts, right? So once you get to this is kind of, this is kind of bleh. So I always recommend that you add a photo or a video to go alongside it, especially if it's a welcome post, right? So what I would recommend doing is, let's pretend this is a picture of me. It's not, it's a picture of my dog, but let's pretend it's a picture of me. I'm going to upload that. I'm going to say welcome to the group, and then I'm probably going to go on and talk about my why. And we talk about your why a lot in 31, and that is like your why for joining. So, maybe if my why for joining was, I needed some extra money to save for a down payment on a house, I would talk about that, really just talk about why you joined, why you're excited, and all those sorts of things, right? And then when you're done that, you're just going to hit the post in the upper right-hand corner. If you wanted to skip any of these parts along the way, you can see, I'm just going to discard this to show you guys. You can see there's the continue later button in the top right-hand corner. You could just click that, click confirm, which just means that you're dismissing this automatic group setup it prompts you with. So you can press confirm, but it's not a big problem, because as you can see, you will probably need to refresh your group. So you can see here that I have cover photo is done, description is done, but I haven't created my first post and I haven't invited members. So if you want to come back and do this at a later time, all this stuff is still going to be right here for you at the top. You can press that. It will let you create your first post. Or of course, you could just post usually by pressing in the write something area. When your group is all set up, you've done a welcome post, a why post, maybe even another post or two. Now it's time to invite people. So again, you can use this invite members function here, scroll through your Facebook list. This is really just a good resource because it gets you thinking of people you probably wouldn't normally think of. I do believe like the Facebook algorithm, picks up on people that you interact more with on Facebook. So it's probably more likely those are people you'd like to invite to your group. But what is the most important is that after you invite them using that function, you must send them a personal message and invite them to the group. And then you can also include the URL to the group as well. And so what this does is it's going to make people 10 times more likely to join your group. I don't know about you guys, but if you go to your group sections, you probably have 20 to 30 pending invites for groups that maybe you didn't even realize you were invited to. So that's why simply using the invite function on Facebook is not enough. So what I would do after I was done that, I would go through the list of people I've invited and I would personally message each and every one of them. I would start with something personal like, hey, Susie, I saw that you got a new car yesterday on Facebook. Congratulations. That's so exciting. I just wanted to let you know I'm starting a new side business with 31. I'm super excited. I really hope you will come check out my group. There'll be lots of fun stuff, engagement posts, giveaways, etc. And then send her the link to the group in that DM, right? This is one of the number one tips to growing your Facebook group from the very beginning. So now that you have your group set up, if you want, you of course can poke around for things. This is where all your photos and your albums will be if you add to them. This here is how you, you do photos, videos, all that different stuff for your posts are going to be in the post section. I'm just going to discard that for now. These, are more stuff that you will get into afterwards. And this is another way you can easily share your group. So if you click on the top right-hand corner, those are all your admin tools. Admin means that you are the person whether you created the group, but you have power in the group to administrate things. You can press the share button there, and you could press share via chats. And then maybe I would say, okay, I want to send this to my mom. Oh, but first I want to write a message, right? So actually I shouldn't have done that. I should have went up here. I should have said, hey, Angela. I'll send it to someone else now. I'll say, hey, Trevor, that's my fiance. And then all those things I talked to you about. Hope you are doing well in school, something personal. Then you want to say, I'm really excited, something along those lines. I'm starting my journey with 31. I'd love to have you etc., etc. You guys get the point. You can write that message at the top there, and then you can send it to someone. So then, okay, I search here. I want to send that to Trevor. I would send that, right? Then you could keep that same message up there, but you could just go back and change the next thing. So it's like, okay, I've already sent it to Trevor. I have that whole blurb written up. So I'm just going to change the first sentence and now say, hey, Jennifer, hope all is well. Hope all is well with your kiddos. And then I would just say that, and then I could just go to Jennifer and press send that way. So that's another way that you can do it to send out messages faster when you're on the mobile, right? Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you are having a great time with your 31 journey thus far. And if you have any questions, please just let me know.